So the regular football season is now over, well and truly done and dusted for this season. Usually people would be angry, upset, wanting football back, but this year we've got some two quality international continental tournaments on our hands. The Copa America and in all of Africa, which is the Africa Cup of Nations. To keep us football fans entertained whilst it's the off season. Players that play for big European clubs and even wonder kids are on international duty in the next 2 months. It is all kicking off this summer. Now, what better way to put both tournaments head to head in FIFA 19 than put all of the best Africa Cup of Nations 2019 players into one side and all of the best Copa America players into another, put them head to head in a computer versus computer battle, and also take them to career mode for a full season in the Premier League to see which side, which continent will come out on top in this international tournament versus FIFA 19 career mode experiment. Now, let's get into the teams. And guys, make sure if you haven't already to smack the like button down below on the video. It helps the video out massively and also the channel. Make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below so you never miss out on a video. Also turn on post notifications as well. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. And what side you think will come out on top today, there is going to be a poll in the top right hand corner. But now we're going into Manchester United. This is the Africa Cup of Nations team. These are the best African players that are actually going to the tournament. Obviously, the big one that is missing out here is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and that's because Gabon didn't actually qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations, so that's why you might not see some big players like that. But I'm really keen to see this strike partnership, Salah and Cedric Bakambu, the man from Congo and the king of Egypt there. As we move on to the center attack and midfield position, Ziyech, the man who had a brilliant season at Ajax, he might be on the move this summer. Sadio Mane, a Champions League winner alongside Salah. We move on to Mahrez, Premier League winner this season, set to have a big AFCON representing Algeria in there, as well as Naby Keita, yet another Liverpool player, representing Guinea. He is going to be the central defensive midfielder for this side. Then we got the little centre-back partnership of Bailly and Kalidou Koulibaly, the man from Napoli and Manchester United. We move on to Serge Aurier, right back to Tottenham Hotspur's player. He has been killing it for the Ivory Coast, as well as Bailly. So we've got a bit of an Ivorian connection down that side. And then Asamoah from Ghana, the Inter Milan player, former Juventus player. And now we move on to the goalkeeper position. There was only one man for this spot, and that is Onana from Ajax. Two Ajax players makes the starting 11. The Cameroonian goalkeeper, still only 23 years of age. He is a quality player to have in this side. As we move on to the bench, we have Frank Kessié, Brahimi, yet another Algerian who could probably swap for Mahrez, Marega, the striker from Porto, our first Mali player in the side, and then the man that just missed out on that central defensive midfield spot, another Ghanaian in the side, Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid, still only 26 years of age. He is looking to have a really decent tournament. Idrissa Gueye from Everton, obviously with Senegal. We move on to Pepe, another player that has lit up Ligue 1 this season, a little wonder kid that is looking to also light up the AFCON. We have another little wonder kid, the Nigerian Chukwueze, who has an awesome potential in FIFA 19. As we move down, Joel Matip, yet another Liverpool player, and Ndidi, a Nigerian Leicester City midfielder, Hakimi, the man on loan out of Borussia Dortmund, Christian Kouame, a wonder kid in career mode, Ola Aina, Sar, yet another Ligue 1 wonder kid, Atal, the Algerian right back, Amin Harit, the Moroccan centre attacker midfielder that is probably the next Ziyech, to be honest. Our second player from Mali, Sameh Soku, the centre defensive midfielder, has a brilliant potential in career mode, and Mandy, the Algerian centre-back, he is a solid player as well. So this Africa Cup of Nations side is looking very solid, is looking very decent, but can it compare to the Copa America 2019 side? We're going to have a look. And I almost forgot to include a backup keeper for the AFCON side. That would have been a disaster, but it is going to be Bounou from Morocco. The 79 rated keeper will be a decent backup for Onana. In this experiment, I think it can be very, very competitive. They have such quality players that play in Europe week in, week out. I'm keen to see how they do against South America's best. So now we move on to the team that will be filling in Manchester City, the best of South America, Copa America 2019, all the players that qualified. And let me tell you, this side is absolutely filthy. We're going to start up top. The man that can't stop biting, Luis Suarez, Uruguay's gunslinger, Uruguay's main man up top. This man will be on fire this summer. I don't know if we can say the same about Lionel Messi though, but you just have to include the Argentinian Colombian in this side. He is obviously one of the world's best players when he's at Barcelona. When he's representing Argentina, bit of a different story there, but we move on to the third man up top, Philippe Coutinho, the Brazilian who is looking to lead Brazil out this summer because Neymar is injured. He is going to attempt to fill the boots of Neymar, so we'll see if that happens. And the man that Argentina just keep on benching, Paulo Dybala. I do not know why they benched this guy. Brazilian midfield pairing in Casemiro and Fernandinho. A bit defensive there, but Dybala's going to make up for it. We move on to the centre-back partnership. It's going to be Godin and Thiago Silva of Brazil. And then at right-back, there weren't really any decent right-backs in the Copa America, so we've gone with Davinson Sanchez. The Colombian is going to be a makeshift right-back for this side. Alexandro at left back. Yet another player, I don't know why, doesn't get game time in the Brazil team, but we move on to the Brazilian keeper in Alisson. It's really between Alisson and Ederson at this stage. We've gone with Alisson, the man who just recently won the Champions League, as well as Brazil's starter. If you just saw Gundogan on the bench, I just took him out of the squad. I just realized myself, but a backup striker, Gabriel Jesus, the Brazilian up top, will definitely be a very decent player for this side. James Rodriguez, who's a borderline starter, maybe we'll include him in the side instead of Fernandinho. Will shift Casemiro back and make it slightly more attacking in the sides. Jimenez is going to be one of my personal favorite defenders. He's going to be a backup. Cuadrado, yet another Colombian. Bravo is the backup keeper. He is the Chilean, but we're gonna move him with Ederson. And as you can see, there is so much depth to this side. Otamendi and Aguero on the bench still, so a lot of South American Manchester City players, as you can see here. Fabinho from Liverpool, Vidal the Chilean, Roberto Firmino from Liverpool again, Napoli's own Alan Bentancur from Uruguay, the little one kid in midfield, as well as Arthur from Barcelona, Lucas Paquetá, AC Milan's Brazilian wonder kid, Danilo. We just kept him in the side because he's from Manchester City. We might as well just keep him in there. Lo Celso, who had a brilliant season at Real Betis, yet another career mode wonder kid in there. Alexis Sanchez, the Manchester United flop, but somehow performs well for Chile. The Chilean attacker will be in this side, as well as Bravo, but that is the Copa America team. I mean, there is a lot of quality, a lot of depth, which is what I think will carry them throughout the career mode save. In this computer head-to-head game, it can go either way, so let's see who's going to come out on top. So we are ready for this big match. Obviously, it's a Manchester derby as well. A continent versus a continent. We're going to have 5-minute halves. Legendary. It's a Champions League final. A trophy's on the line. Let's see how these two continents do battle. So the stage is set for these two sides to do battle. Let me know in the comments down below or in the poll in the top right-hand corner what side is going to prevail in this massive game. This is going to be a very fascinating game. Obviously, on the biggest stage, on the biggest of occasions, who's going to step up and lift that trophy? Leave your thoughts down below. Comment down below what tournament you'll be watching as well this summer, because there is a lot of them as we're going to get into this battle right now. Sadio Mane of the Africa Cup of Nations side is going to kick us off here. Going back to Sadio Mane. Keita controlling the ball, giving it off to Salah. Mahrez can go ahead and find Bakambu. It's off to Mane, and the Senegalese winger nearly got things underway here. He nearly broke the deadlock. Mane is going to find his Liverpool teammate in Salah. He's going to cross it into Bakambu, and if it wasn't for Alisson, it would have been 1-0 to the AFCON side. What a chance there for Cedric Bakambu. The Moroccan Ziyech is going to swing this one in. Can he find the header of someone? No, it's going to land to Naby Keita. He goes for a bit of an audacious shot. A few deflections there, but AFCON team still has it. Salah down this left-hand side. The Egyptian crosses it in to Cedric Bakambu, and Alisson with another big save. Bakambu's second header saved. Bakambu has a second bite of the cherry, and he has had the majority of the chances in this game. He has not converted any of them, and how have this side not taken the lead here? Bakambu bottles yet another chance, or was it Alisson's brilliant save? I do not know at this point. Gonna find Messi down the right. James Rodriguez got a bit of green grass to run onto, wins the ball. Back off Asamoah. Suarez wins it. Dybala finds Coutinho, and against the runner play, the Brazilian strikes that one past Onana. What a clinical finish from Philippe Coutinho. A bit of a South American celebration there, a bit of Copa America flair, and the fans are going absolutely mental. They played it in, they caught the African side off guard, and one chances of the game, they've converted it. The Brazilian Philippe Coutinho, their leader, this year in the Copa America, strikes them into the lead, breaking the deadlock here in the Champions League final. Clinical stuff from the South Americans. That is going to be halftime. What a first half that was. How AFCON didn't score, I have no idea. A clinical strike from Coutinho to fire the Copa America team into the lead. Let's see what the second half can deliver. If it lives up to the first half, it will be a very decent match. Alright, so the South Americans are going to kick us off for this second half. Bakambu, he's on the outside of the area, finds Ziyech, the Moroccan has a go, but it's deflected into the path of Mahrez. He's swung it into the middle, and unfortunately for them, can't make it work. Substitution of the match, Casemiro comes off for Fernandinho in the Copa America team. Ziyech has a corner for the Africans. Ziyech swings it in, the Moroccan finds the header Bakambu, but it's not going to work out. Can he swing the ball back in? He's going to give it off to Mahrez. Mahrez finds Mohamed Salah, and the Egyptian king fires the AFCON team into delirium here. They found the equalizer in the final, and if it was one man only, Mohamed Salah, Liverpool's main man, he has done it here against South America, doing it for Africa, and they finally get the goal that they deserve. Ziyech found Mahrez, and it was a little ball in, and that's a brilliant strike into the top left-hand corner. Alisson, after all those saves he made on the half volley, couldn't keep that one out. And yet another change here. It's going to be Frank Kessie coming on for Naby Keita and Davinson Sanchez for Nicolas Otamendi. Why, with a brilliant over-the-top through ball. And that has found Aurier. He's won the header here. Mahrez on this right-hand side. He got the assist. Is he going to get another assist? And no, Bakambu yet again bottles another chance and saves a one-on-one. Bakambu, I've never seen a man miss so many chances in a game. Straight at Alisson yet again. And now, Messi has been taken for Cuadrado. What a Man City doing here? Ziyech swings it in. Can it find an African head? No, Alisson will come out and claim it. Kessie, off to Ziyech. Ziyech surely can put a ball through. The Moroccan playmaker finds Mohamed Salah. It's going to go back to Riyad Mahrez. Alisson is keeping the Copa America side in this game. It's still at 1-1. How? I do not know. Riyad Mahrez with a brilliant strike there at his near post. Alisson keeps it out. And the man who's missed about 400 chances, Bakambu, comes off for Musa Marega. James Rodriguez finds Luis Suarez with the flick up. A bit of an acrobatic attempt from the Uruguayan. Our Copa America side looking very dangerous at the moment. It's back to Dybala. Dybala back to Fernandinho, back to Luis Suarez. It's going to find its way to Fernandinho. Fernandinho with the strike, and it just goes wide. And it's going to be extra time to separate these two sides. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a winner in 90 minutes. It's going to be 120 and maybe penalties for this CPU battle. Algerian is going to find Kessie. Ziyech, the Moroccan swings it in. It's going to be Salah. And how has Alisson kept that out again? It is a save from Alisson, and it's off the post and out for a corner. Another corner here for Ziyech to whip in. The Moroccan whips it in. Surely it's going to find it. No. Brahimi, who's just come on. The Algerian. It's going to find Ziyech, and it's off the frame of the goal. How has that not gone in? The AFCON team are getting so unlucky here in extra time. Dybala sees the run of Coutinho. It's going to be Suarez. Does a little ball roll. Falls back to Dybala, and that's their second shot on target. Saves by Onana. Fernandinho finds James. What can the Colombian do here? It's going to be Suarez. What a finish from Luis Suarez. He's been dangerous all game, but that's his first real chance, and he has put an absolute curler into the top right-hand corner. A blistering strike from Luis Suarez, and when you give him those kind of opportunities, he will finish, but even to his high standards, that is a wonder goal for the South Americans who've been out of this whole game. Obviously, you've seen all the African chances. They should be in the lead at the moment. But an absolute piece of quality, a world-class finish from Luis Suarez. Let's get this angle. This would be an immense angle to watch. And that is some beautiful curl. Luis Suarez fires them into the lead in the 115th minute here. The Copa America side, James Rodriguez off to Cuadrado. Are they going to go after a third here? No, they are not. That is the brutality of football. Manchester City with the fewer of chances. South America side with a few chances, and they converted the ones they had. On another day, the Africans could have won this game easily, but the South Americans were clinical with their chances at the end of the day. In the CPU battle, it will be the South Americans coming out on top. Very, very unlucky game for Salah and co, but it's going to be the captain, Thiago Silva, lifting up the Champions League trophy. What a game that was. I still honestly can't believe that Suarez finish. Now we're moving on into the second part of the video. We've seen them go head to head. Now let's see them in the Premier League. Let's see them in a full season, who is going to perform better, who will come out on top. We are going to sim all the way to the end of the season, check on player stats, check on where the sides finished in all the leagues, all the competitions, and see who is the true winner of this continental battle. Now we've reached the end of the season. We're going to see how both sides have performed in the Premier League. Obviously, they're not going to be in the bottom half of the table. Manchester United, to the AFCON team, sitting in 6th. Let's see where the South Americans sit, and they are on top of the table. They took out the Premier League trophy by a big margin there, 18 points against second place Everton with 71, Chelsea and Spurs in the top 4. But the AFCON side not even securing Champions League football, and that's probably where I would have predicted them to be. I would have thought the South Americans would be somewhere around the top 4, but I didn't know they'd go out and win the whole thing. Very disappointing from the Africans sitting in 6th, but still a solid season. Copa America team take out the title. And it's a domestic double for Manchester City. Messi, Suarez, Coutinho take out the FA Cup as well. So they have a domestic cup title in the FA Cup to show for their brilliant season. And in the Carabao Cup, guess who? It was actually both sides competing for it, AFCON versus Copa America, and on penalties, you guessed it, won the Carabao Cup and got themselves the domestic treble, just like Manchester City did in real life there. Unlucky for the Africans, yet again losing in another final, this time on penalties 5-4. So in the Champions League, the South Americans got knocked out in the quarterfinals, 2-2 to Bayern on away goals. And then the best of the best AFCON players couldn't even make it out of the group. They finished in 3rd in their Champions League spot, Valencia and Juventus progressing above them. And they couldn't even do that great in the Europa League. They lost to Sporting Lisbon 1-1 on away goals. So we're going to take a look at the top goal scorers. Dybala and Suarez on top, the Argentine and Uruguayan both with 19 and 18 goals respectively. No more others besides Coutinho with 9. It's going to be Mane and Marega with 9 as well. So no African player hitting double figures there. We've got Pepe sitting in 8 goals in 17 matches, but obviously the South Americans dominating the Premier League. We're going to move on to assist. Dybala with 12 assists in there. Ziyech, a Moroccan playmaker, with 8 assists, and it was Marega with 5 assists as well. The man from Mali doing alright. Clean sheets, it was Alisson with 13. Onana, the Cameroonian, finishing with 7 clean sheets there for Manchester United. And yeah, the South Americans proving their dominance in the head-to-head and the career mode save. Guys, if you did, go ahead and enjoy this versus experiment. I want to see more videos on the channel. Make sure to give the video a big like down below. Subscribe, hit that big red button if you want some more weekly FIFA 19 and FIFA content in general on the channel. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. Comment down below your thoughts on the video. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a video when it goes live on the channel. I've been BCHD. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all your love and support you show week in, week out. And I'll see you in the very next video.